working. We'll go in here and see how much they got this sucker fixed up real quick. Oh my God, there's no lofts. I thought you guys were supposed to be fixing this. Well, anyway, we got everything kind of tore out. I just wanted to show you before we get hammered down on it and really get started.
I'm fucking somebody else.
Oh, there they are. So we're gonna get out of here. Well, my finishers have left. I'm back down here at the shed. I left them alone for a little while. And I'm gonna go in here and see, this is actually the next morning, see what they're doing and kind of explain to you what's going on. Open this door up here so we can see. We're gonna go in and take a gander so you can kind of see that everything's just kind of in shambles right now. It's gonna get worse before it gets better, I promise you that. Got my split system in the corner. Got a new door there. Got 21 sheets of sheetrock. Got all my insulation for the top, roof, and the walls. They left a bunch of equipment and whatnot. So I guess I'll just start here, over by the door. I have 2 lofts, and if you watched my other videos, you saw, but the 2 lofts were very weak because the boards were 2x4s. So basically we ripped the lofts out. I'm going with 2x6s now up here. We replaced the 2x6s with replace them with 2x6s. I cannot talk, apologies. And we're gonna put 3/4 inch plywood on the top, which should make it really strong. And that's gonna be both lofts, this one and this one here. I didn't lower it any, but it raised it, you know, the difference between a 2x4 and a 2x6. Another thing we did, to tear the lofts out, we had to rip apart all the electric. Or they did. I tore down my electric for all my can lighting. That'll have to be reinstalled. They're gonna make sure that happens. We kind of wired, you can't really see, there's so much stuff, but see, I got one plug in here, and we jerry-rigged it on the outside. There's one behind that insulation that works, and we put 2 15-amp breakers in so they could have power to run their equipment, their compressor and whatnot, heaters, because it's starting to get a little cool off and on. Today we're in the 60s, I think. But next we have, if you look up here, I guess the roof joists all the way around, or the rafters, I don't know, I can't talk today. So you can see there's new boards there and there. And then there's a change of color, obviously, on this one. Well, this had 4-foot centers on this roof. And as I go across here, you can see the colors. And the dark ones are the ones that were in the building before we started. So they've added 6 of those for structural strength, mainly for sheetrock, because you don't want sheetrock on 4-foot centers. So now we've got 9 of those installed across the roof. It's really hard on camera, but I guess you get the picture. And that up there obviously is where my 8-foot light's gonna go when everything's said and done. Well, let's see, what else did we do? Oh, the doors. You know, this is a barn style shed, and I got a deal on it, that's why I bought it. Well, I don't like the double doors. I don't want the double doors. They open to the outside. So we are going to take this door, see if I can pull it, and we are going to close it off. And this will all be framed. The other door, obviously, it'll come off too, and we're gonna put a walk-through door, 36-inch wide one in, which we're gonna have to cut down because the height on this thing, being the way it's made, I can't gain too much here, or I might lose some structural integrity. But you can see how that door's pretty tall as opposed to the walls. Yeah, it's just gotta do what we gotta do. So those doors will be coming out. That'll actually give me some more wall space, because this is where my desk and shipping table is going to go. And then the racks all the way around, like I've told you before. I might go back and edit some of this out. I might not. Up here for the split system, because the walls are kind of low, I had to move that door so we could see. We wanted to install the indoor split system unit level. So it needed to be plumb. And when I say plumb, that means, well, I don't know if I can hold this door while I'm filming. Level would be left and right, and plumb's gonna be forward and back. So we added a sheet of leftover stuff that we took off the top, the lofts in there, and we made a frame, which it'll all be sheetrock. So my split system unit, the indoor one's going to mount on that, and it's gonna get it up above my walls. And the main reason for that was because I wanted my wall space for racking. Well, obviously, if I put that split system any lower, ain't gonna be good, because I'm gonna have to get a different rack for there, and it's gonna limit my space. I'm already limited anyway. But that's pretty much it. We opted to go with R19, and I don't know why we got R13 and 19. One for the top, the roof, and one for the walls, I guess. One of them is faced, and I think that's a 19, and the R13 is not faced. So I'm assuming we're gonna use that for the walls. Well, it's another day, and we're gonna show you something. This is that electric wheat jury rig, but it will not be that way. We're gonna go inside the shed here, and it's kind of bright. First of all, I wanna start on the outside. There were two doors like the one here on the left, that one. Well, it's only up there temporarily because we need another sheet of our siding. It's just to keep rodents out and what. So we got our door installed, and you can see it's gonna look different, well, excuse me, once it's all done. So we're gonna go inside and see what we got. And I did get new handles, and if you're wondering why the deadbolt in the handle's upside down, well, we had to cut the door down, and when we did that, obviously the handle was going to be too low, so I just opted for a custom door and put the deadbolt on the bottom. So this ended up being a 6-foot door, which is a little bit low for us tall people. We're going to go in and see what else is going on. So see there, you can see that's the old door just temporarily nailed up until after New Year's. They'll be back on Tuesday. Today is actually Monday. So I'm gonna shut the door there so you can kind of see. I know I'm probably spending too long on this, but to show everything is kind of difficult. So the door is installed, and they did all this framing. Well, I think that was there, so they had to frame this in. They framed all this in. We added another light switch, ran the wire up and over back into this box, so it'll actually be a double light switch. And one reason we did this was because when I put the door, I wanted it to open towards the corner, but it wasn't very well thought out, because that switch would be behind the door when I come in and I can't turn the light on. So we put one here where it's double switched. Also, they got the insulation on the roof. It was installed, I guess, the days are all going to be screwed up because I'm kind of like filming this different days. But now we got the insulation on the roof, and it is holding heat better. It's been too long. But when they come out Tuesday, which will be tomorrow, and when you see this, no telling what day it's going to be, they're going to go ahead and knock the walls out and start rocking and tape bed. And then the mud, obviously, they probably won't get to that in the same day. But right now, that's where we're at. Basically just insulation, and we got the door installed. There was this over here, we had to drill some holes back in there to go out to the outside so we can run the lines for the indoor mini split. There was one more thing I wanted to show you. If you can see at the very top, there's a hole, and that's where the vents were, the venting for the roof. We decided to cover that in and block that off here. So I wanted to show you that, and we did that on both sides. I'm not gonna zoom, but I think you can see it up there. I'm gonna run down here to the shed This is like day 4 or something. Maybe not. I'm losing track of days and gonna see what the heck they've got accomplished last night. Well, I made it down in the area. I could see they got the front closed off. Go over here and take a look. Had to part in the trees. They don't like winter. Got a bunch of extra material there on the outside. It's kind of bright out here. This is a disadvantage to shooting on the phone. Brightness, you can't see your screen. They got a bunch of scrap laying here. It looks like they moved indoor, but we did replace this piece of panel. It's outdoor, will have to be painted and color matched. Let's go in and see what's going on in here. That's a wreck, but see, I can shut the door now. And we got a heater that's heating the whole place at this point. They're putting back up the electrical wiring. Let's see on this side. I haven't seen it, so I'm just kind of guessing. The whole roof is rocked. I got some extras there. It looks like they've got this side. This side here has been sheetrocked underneath. We're gonna have to go get some plywood to put on top of the loft. It's 3/4, and it is not cheap now. So there's a door. It looks like everything's pretty much insulated, except up here. Let's see if I can get up here and look. Yeah, I see they were putting the wiring back in, and that looks like that was not fun to sheetrock. They're a jack of all trades, so they don't specialize really in anything but carpentry. So yeah, that's where we're at, I guess. And today I'm gonna assume that they're gonna come back and they're gonna finish rocking all this walls. Of course, over the door there, you see it'll have to be everything sealed up. Start rocking the walls, and then they're gonna probably have to finish up here, and then underneath put the sheetrock, and then install the plywood. I'm probably rambling, but kind of feel like I've been talking about this thing for 6 months. Anywho, that's where we're at, and it is yeah, coming along. I'm back down here again. Everything is sheetrocked. It's kind of small in here. You know, this is not a big shed, pardon the light, but you can see the doors in. See if I can move around here where you can see a little better. We did pull these windows here, and we put thermal windows filled with argon, and they do open to the inside. 2 of those. We beefed the lofts up substantially. So we went from 2x4s, 3 2x4s, which why they would do a loft with 2x4s, I have no idea. But we took those out, the 2x6s, and I'm kind of recording this in all different order. But on top, let's see if I can get up here. I'm gonna stand on this chair, maybe I can show you a little bit. And then you can see up here how we supported the structure. And this is, it's almost like you would do a heater. The other side is beefed up as well. And that's so that it doesn't bow if I put weight on it. So I can hang on the thing, and you know, if I want to put a bed up there, which why, God knows why I would, but if I did, I could. Let's see if I can get up here. I'll reach up as high as I can and see if you can see up here, because I'm not seeing what I'm shooting, but we're looking. And it's all been beefed up. Tomorrow they're supposed to come back and they're supposed to tape. No, they already did all that. So they're gonna texture, I guess, and I'm gonna do a knockdown trowel on it, and it's gonna be alabaster white. And I guess these guys got out here now doing all this. Gonna go ahead and cut the holes for the can lighting. They're gonna build my custom desk for me. So it's getting along pretty good. I gotta put in the split system up there. You can see they kind of custom built it. I didn't want it down here on the wall because this wall is very low. It's only 6 feet. So I got it up a little bit so I can rack like I was wanting to. That's my intentions. And the inside unit will go there. It'll be plumbed through the outside to the outdoor unit. But I'm not gonna bore you with too much of this. We're getting along, and the first thing you're gonna notice, oh, the one more thing, we are gonna put shelving across here to kind of tie it all together. And everything's going to be stained, and there's going to be short shelves between the unit, and I'll kind of finish that off. Everything will be trimmed with the baseboards, and the baseboards obviously will go around the door all the way around. The windows are going to be trimmed out with wood with the window sills, and it's going to be in a gray. So we'll see how that looks when they get back out. I think we should have all this wrapped up by the end of this week. I don't know about the air conditioning. Maybe by end of next week I can have everything done. But thank you for being patient, and hope you enjoy going around in circles in my little reselling shed.
Spread on. It don't take very long till it's ready to be knocked down. If you wait too long.
And it looks like everything has been painted. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to see because it's night out at this point, and yes, it's all been painted. Let's see if I can get around here and get a better shot. So nothing's been trimmed out yet, but everything has paint on it. And they covered my door up, which that's always a good thing. I'll show you guys a little bit of this. That's kind of what it looks like once they torch it, and it'll be stained and polyurethaned or whatnot. And there's a bunch up here, and this is all trim they've cut out of planks of wood and whatnot. So I guess we'll step in here and we'll show you. I just showed you how they burn this. This is all custom cut. It was flat lumber, and they ripped it, and you know they got the edge on it and what. And I chose that edge because everything in here is acute angles. So it's kind of a rustic. It's got a gray tint to it. We mixed it down with some other color, and that's what we ended up with. So they should be back tomorrow to start installing this trim around in the soon-to-be cabin